He said something interesting to me one time. He's like, uh, interior decorators and designers are
Mm.
completely different people. And he was like really adamant about that. Like, because I think I may have like mixed those two terms up when I was having a conversation with him. He's like, wait a minute. Let's make sure we understand there's a difference between these two.
Yeah.
So you tell like when it comes to planning a project
Mhm.
that it involves, let's say, tile,
Yes.
what role does an interior decorator play
Yeah.
if that's the person in charge of a project? And
Yeah.
how technical does a designer need to be in order to understand that, at least maybe the background? Because if we're maybe like, and it maybe comes back a little bit to the program that you teach over at the school.
Sure.
Do you find the institutions are keeping up,
Mm.
with the ever-changing, products that are introduced in the market, or installation methods and stuff like that? And maybe that are they technically inclined to, direct the project of that they've designed? If you've
Mhm.
designed something, and
Yeah.
then, because a lot of designers will say like, I want this, but they have no idea how to get to that. And
Yeah.
maybe they go to the contractor, but at least if it should, what he was saying is that as a designer should be very technically inclined to be
Yes.
able to understand the overall, kind of like an engineer.
Yes.
I will understand things, and then we'll have the technician who really knows it at a very deep level.
Yeah.
What is
So
your take on that?
there's it's like okay, let me put it this way. It's like talking diet or religion. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be a little bit, it might be controversial, and I apologize ahead of time
No, it's okay.
if I
No
offend
censorship
anyone.
here.
But so I think, historically we've started to in our industry, we've started to step on each other's toes. so so there's always a bit of,
Mhm,
different schools of thought,
mhm,
wherein there's the architects, and then there's the interior designers who started to step on architects' toes,
mhm,
or maybe it's the other way around, I forget.
mhm, mhm.
And then there's the interior decorators to start to step on interior designers' toes. So technically, Glenn is right in that an interior designer uh, is is equipped, or should be equipped, to be able to design and build up to a two-story structure, let's say, right? At least in my day, right? Like, so that's my training. I can structurally understand how it's put together and how it should go, right?
Mhm, mhm.
um, Interior decoration is outside of that. So they don't that program doesn't have the structural component of it,
Mhm,
right? So in the interior design program I took, I had architectural courses, and they
mhm,
talked about structure and material and so on. So to
mhm,
that point, Glenn's right. Like, an interior designer should have kind of the technical understanding of what material is and how to apply it and so on, right?
mhm.
The interior decorating industry is more, I want to say, um, surface, nothing structural, basically, right? So interior finishing,
Mhm,
so to speak.
mhm.
Some designers, and I root for both because I've been in both worlds.
Yes.
I practiced interior design, and then when I got to Canada for myself, I just like, you know what? I don't need to get into structure. I actually enjoy the finishing part, so I'm just going to
Mhm,
practice interior decorating.
mhm.
So I've done both, and respect, both industries and both people, both that practice in it.
Yeah.
We don't always color within the lines, like we kind of, you know.
Right.
But yeah, so in the interior decorating world, it's more interior finishing, not necessarily touching on structure. But that said, if you're working with a really good contractor, then you can pretty much play in that pool as
Yes.
well, right? And the the neat thing is teaching this program of interior decorating is I always just tell the students, rely on your suppliers, build that
Right.
team that you trust of people who are open to educating you, because you can't know all of it,
Hmm.
and your expertise. um, I think a good program to me, it will teach the basics of design, right?
Right.
Line form, you name it. And so the underlying principles
Hmm.
of design, and
Right.
then it should allow them to pull everything together, right?
Right.
If they try to become an expert at all the different fields, it's not going to happen. You're going to be in school
Yeah.
forever, right?
Yes.
So yeah,
Yes.
so it's always lean on your suppliers, lean on your contractors, and
Yeah.
build that relationship with them, because they are the expert. You are the expert, right? I
Yeah.
wouldn't even try to attempt to become an expert at tile or any type of hard surface, because there's so much.
Yeah.
There's so much to learn, and if
Yeah.
you've written the book, so I would trust
Yeah.
you, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, that's essentially what it is.
Yeah.
But it's just funny because like there's a lot of different, there's some snobbery involved sometimes in between the different industries, right? But
Yeah.
at the end of the day, it's, you know you do what you do best, and you make your client happy, and we can all, there's business for everybody.